My name is Roy Bohannon, and I have chosen option 2 for my video presentation assignment. I will start this presentation by comparing job order production to process operations and highlighting their differences. Job order production, or job order manufacturing, involves the production of customized orders. These unique products and services are individually designed to meet the desires of a specific customer. There is low production volume since each is tailored, which in turn gives high product flexibility. There is a low to medium standardization in this product. In contrast, process operations rely on repetitive procedures, identical products and services, high production volume, low product flexibility, and high standardization. This amounts to there being very little to no deviation in the processes involved or the products or services produced. An example of when I would use job order costing would be in the tattoo industry. There is very low volume production, as the length of time to complete tattoos can be very lengthy, and images are rarely repeated. There's high flexibility in the work involved, as the artist and the customer often make detailed changes throughout the process. This work is unique to not just the images, but the time and materials involved, as each tattoo involves different inks, different needles, different materials, and takes its own length of time to finish. Each tattoo also has its own process. An example of when to use process operations costing would be cannabis cultivation industry. This industry relies on very high volume production, as the farmers try to grow as many plants as possible, hundreds to thousands if able. Their products are very similar, as they rarely grow more than a single or a couple of different strains. The procedures are very repetitive through each department, and there is a high standardization so that there will be little to no deviation in each process. That way they can produce a consistent quality product. Activity-based costing focuses on activities and the cost of carrying out activities. Similar activities are grouped together and assigned to cost pools. The rates for determining the amount of overhead are based on the activity cost drivers within each cost pool, such as direct labor hours or machine hours. Overhead is then assigned to products in proportion to the amount of activity required to produce them. Cannabis cultivation can have several cost drivers depending on farming style and additional processes they may include post-harvest. Cultivation is a largely hands-on series of processes, and so for outdoor growers, direct labor hours will likely be the largest cost driver. For those that cultivate strictly indoor gardens, kilowatt hours will likely be the largest cost drivers, as lighting, heating, cooling, air circulation, and automated feeding watering systems take high levels of power to operate continuously, as well as reduce the manual labor necessary to maintain them. Cultivators that work to concentrate cannabis products or use automated harvest machinery can find machine hours being their biggest cost drivers. Lastly, I will discuss equivalent units of production. We use equivalent units in process costing to measure production activity of partially completed goods at the end of the period. This is done to represent the number of goods that could have been completed in that period, given the level of costs incurred, and assigning to that a period so as to not over or under allocate the costs of actual units completed during that period, or over or under allocate the costs in any subsequent periods. By doing this, we are able to give a much more accurate portrayal of per unit cost for the given period. This has been my video presentation. Thank you.